Hey kid, you ever notice how people lie to you without even trying? How their smiles are sharper than knives, and their hands reach out just to pull you under? You think you know people. You don't. You really don't. Not until you're alone. Alone teaches the truth. And the truth? It's ugly. It's bitter. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't apologize. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. When you're alone, you see the cracks, the little cracks that hide behind polite words and empty promises. And those cracks, they grow, until one day, there's nothing left but the real face. I remember reaching out, thinking someone would catch me, thought someone would care, but they didn't. They never did. And in that silence, in that empty echo of my own voice, I realized something. People don't care about you. Not really. Not the way you think they do. They care about themselves. And if you get in the way, kid, they'll step right over you without blinking. Alone hurts. Alone makes you doubt everything, even yourself. But here's the thing. Alone teaches you to see, to hear the whispers before they become lies, to feel the knife before it finds your back. Alone sharpens you. Alone makes you dangerous in a world full of fools who think they're safe. You start noticing the little things, the way someone laughs to hide the hunger in their eyes, the way they speak to make you feel small, the way they pretend to love just to keep their own hands clean. Alone lets you see it all. And when you see it, you stop playing by their rules. You stop caring about their games. And that's when the fun begins. The world is a joke, kid, and you're the punchline if you don't wake up. But alone gives you the eyes to see, the spine to stand, and the smile that no one can touch. Because once you learn the truth, once you really learn it, you don't need anyone. You just need yourself. And in the end, that's all that really matters. You think the pain goes away when you're alone? Ha! No, kid. Pain doesn't go away. It follows you, lurks in the corners, stares at you while you sleep. But here's the secret. The pain becomes a teacher. And boy, does it teach. It teaches who's real, who's fake, who's worth your time, and who's just a shadow you'll burn in your memory. I've watched people pretend to care. I've watched them smile while stabbing you slowly, quietly, right where it hurts. They don't even realize it. They're too busy thinking they're clever, too busy thinking they're safe. But kid, when you've been alone long enough, you see through it. You see the fear behind their eyes, the desperation in their laughs, the lies that drip like poison from every word. Being alone isn't weakness, it's a mirror. It reflects the world as it is, not as you want it to be. And when you look into that mirror, you either break or you sharpen. You either drown in the bitterness or you drink it, taste it, and use it to fuel something stronger than anything they could ever touch. I've learned that loyalty is rare, trust is a luxury, and love is something people pretend to give because they're scared of being alone themselves. That's the irony. They cheat, lie, betray, all because they're terrified of their own reflection. And you're the one who gets to watch it all unravel while you sit in the shadows smiling, knowing you survived. The funny thing is, once you've been alone long enough, you stop asking for permission. You stop needing validation. You stop caring if they see you, if they understand you, if they approve. And that, my little friend, is dangerous. Dangerous because it makes you untouchable. Dangerous because it makes you free. Dangerous because it gives you eyes that no mask can fool. So you take it in, the silence, the emptiness, the echoes of every broken promise, and slowly, slowly, you turn it into something else. Power, clarity, a grin that no one can erase. Because the world isn't kind, people aren't kind, but alone teaches you to survive. When kindness doesn't exist, alone teaches you to strike first, strike true, and never ever look back. And when they finally notice, when they finally realize you don't need them, they panic, they scramble, they beg. But by then, you're already gone, already above it, already smiling. Because alone has taught you the greatest truth of all, that you, only you, are enough. My friend, do you know what the worst part is? Watching people pretend they care, while you already see through them. They act like friends, like family, like something real. But when the storm hits, when the world drags you under, where are they? Nowhere. Gone. And that's when it hits you. Hard. The truth. No one is coming for you. No one ever did. You feel it first in your chest. A hollow, gnawing emptiness that whispers, you're alone. You're nothing. You're invisible. And you want to scream, kid. You want to run. You want someone to say it's okay. But there's no one. And the more you wait, the louder it gets. That voice in your head, it grows. It shapes you. Shapes the way you see them. Shapes the way you see yourself. Alone teaches patience. Alone teaches observation. Alone teaches cruelty. And not the kind that hurts others, the kind that protects you, the kind that makes you untouchable. You start noticing the patterns, the masks, the lies, the little cracks in everyone's soul. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Once you hear their whispers, their excuses, their fake laughter, you're awake. Awake in a world of sleepwalkers. And here's the joke. The world thinks alone makes you weak. They think isolation makes you desperate. Kid, alone makes you sharp. It makes you dangerous. It makes you calm while chaos unfolds around you. You don't flinch. You don't panic. You watch. You wait. And when it's your time, you strike. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, but because you've survived, because you've learned, because you understand what they never will. Survival isn't given. Survival is taken. I've walked through the laughter, the lies, the fake hands reaching for me. I've seen the world smile while it plans your fall. And you know what I did? I learned. I adapted. I thrived. Because kid, alone doesn't break you. Alone shows you the cracks. Alone gives you eyes. And eyes are more powerful than fists. More powerful than words. More powerful than anyone who pretends to love you while secretly hoping you fail. So laugh with them, play along. Let them believe they're clever. Let them think they're safe. But you know better. You've been alone long enough to see it all. And one day, when the time comes, you'll move through the chaos like a shadow they never saw coming. And all that pretending, all that fake concern, it won't matter. You'll be gone, smiling, because alone taught you the one thing no one else could, that you are enough. Listen, the truth about people, it never changes. They lie, they cheat, They smile while they plan your fall. And at first it kills you. It eats at your chest. It makes your hands shake and your mind scream. You want to fight, but there's no one to fight with. You want to cry, but there's no one to catch you. That's the world. That's people. That's reality. But here's the thing no one ever tells you. Alone. Alone turns the pain into power. It turns the emptiness into clarity. It makes your eyes sharp, your mind quicker, your heart stronger. You start seeing the truth behind every word, every gesture, every smile. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. People will disappoint you. They will. They will promise, lie, and disappear. They will claim loyalty, then vanish when the storm comes. They will pretend to love, then show their real face when it hurts the most. And at first, it'll break you. It should break you. But that's when alone steps in. That's when you start learning. That's when you begin to laugh at the chaos. Because you know something they don't. You don't need them. You don't need their approval. You don't need their love. You don't need their validation. And that is dangerous. Dangerous because it frees you. Dangerous because it makes you unpredictable. Dangerous because it gives you the one thing everyone else spends their life chasing and never finds. Control. Control over your life. Control over your mind. Control over what you let into your world. And when you finally understand this, when you finally embrace being alone, you'll see the world differently. You'll see the liars, the fakes, the selfish. You'll see the cracks in their facades. And you'll smile. You'll smile because they think they can break you. They think they can fool you. They think they matter, but they don't. Because alone taught you everything you need to survive. So take it in, the silence, the emptiness, the cold. Drink it, feel it, let it sink into your bones, and then move through the world like you were never afraid, because you weren't. You were just learning. You were just waiting. And now you know. And knowing is power. And power is beautiful. You see, most people spend their lives looking for someone to save them, searching for hands that will catch them when they fall, praying for smiles that mean something real. And they get hurt. They get broken. They get left behind. That's life. That's people. That's the truth. And it's cruel. But alone teaches you something they never will. Alone teaches you that the only hand that will ever catch you is your own. The only voice that will ever guide you is your own. The only person who will ever truly fight for you is you. And that, kid, that is terrifying for some and liberating for others. You start noticing the patterns. You start seeing the signs before they happen. You start predicting the lies, the betrayals, the manipulations. You stop being shocked. You stop being surprised. You stop letting people's weaknesses define your life. And slowly, you become untouchable. Because untouchable isn't about hiding or running. Untouchable is about knowing the world for what it is and not letting it control you. And here's the punchline. The world is full of people pretending to care, pretending to love, pretending to be something they're not. But alone gives you eyes to see through it. And when you see through it, you start laughing. Not the kind of laugh that hides pain. Not the kind of laugh that cries at night. The kind of laugh that understands the joke. that knows the chaos, that knows the truth, and smiles anyway. Because here's the thing, when you've been alone long enough, when you've felt the emptiness gnaw at your bones, when you've watched everyone disappear one by one, you stop needing them. You stop expecting them. You stop caring what they think. And kid, that is freedom. That is power. That is survival. And once you realize it, once you finally accept it, you understand something simple but dangerous. People are fragile. People are selfish. People are predictable. But you've been alone. You've learned. You've adapted. And you are untouchable. So my friend, embrace it. The silence, the emptiness, the bitter truth. Drink it in. Let it shape you. Let it sharpen you. And when they finally come back, thinking they can reach you, you'll already be gone, already smiling, already alive, already free. Let me tell you something about the world. The world doesn't care. Not about your pain, not about your struggles, not about the nights you cried yourself to sleep, or the times you begged for help that never came. The world moves on, indifferent, and the people in it, they move faster. They step over anyone in their way without thinking twice. And at first that crushes you. It makes you small. It makes you wonder if anything matters at all. But here's the trick. It doesn't have to. You see, once you've been alone long enough, you start seeing patterns. You start understanding the game. You start realizing that everyone is playing, and the rules aren't fair. But when you know the rules, you can bend them. You can break them. You can survive them. Alone teaches patience. Alone teaches observation. Alone teaches ruthlessness. Not for the sake of hurting others, but for the sake of surviving yourself. Because when you know no one else will fight for you, when you know no one else will care, you stop being afraid. You stop waiting. You start acting. You start moving through the world with eyes wide open, knowing exactly who they are, what they want, and how far they'll go to get it. And the beauty of it? Once you've learned that, nothing touches you. No betrayal surprises you. No lie deceives you. No cruelty breaks you. Because alone has already tested you, already honed you, already prepared you. Alone gave you clarity. Alone gave you power. Alone made you untouchable. So laugh, kid. Laugh at the chaos. Laugh at the liars. Laugh at the fools who thought you needed them. Let them believe they matter. Let them believe they can hurt you. Because when you've been alone long enough, when you've embraced the silence and the bitter truth, you realize something simple but terrifying. You don't need anyone. You never did. You're enough. And that makes you dangerous. Listen, you ever notice how people are always looking for someone to blame? Always pointing fingers. Always shouting. Always thinking if they hurt someone else, it makes them stronger. It doesn't. It only makes them smaller. Only makes them weaker. Only shows you what they really are. Fragile, scared, desperate. And alone. Alone lets you see all of it. Every little weakness. Every hidden fear. Every lie they tell themselves just to feel safe. At first, it's bitter. It makes you want to scream. Makes you want to run. Makes you wonder if the world is worth surviving at all. But then, you start seeing the truth. And the truth is a funny thing. It's not cruel. It's not fair. It's just honest. You start noticing the patterns, the way people take, and never give, the way they smile while they stab, the way they act like they're on your side, until you actually need them. And when you see it all, when you see the world for what it is, you start laughing, because no one else is awake, no one else is paying attention, and you are. Alone sharpens you. Alone teaches you strategy. Alone makes you untouchable. And once you realize that, once you truly embrace it, you see people differently. You don't fear them. You don't need them. You don't hope for them. You watch. You wait. You move. And when the time comes, when the moment is right, you act. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, but because survival doesn't wait for anyone. Survival demands everything. And here's the kicker, the thing that makes alone so dangerous. It changes you. It doesn't make you bitter. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you alive, fully awake, fully aware, fully capable. You see the world as it is. And you stop being part of its joke. You stop letting it fool you. You stop letting it control you. You become the punchline they never saw coming. So embrace it, kid. Embrace the emptiness. Embrace the silence. Embrace the truth that no one is coming. Because once you do, once you accept it, you're not alone. You're unstoppable. You know what the world fears most? People who don't need it. People who aren't begging for love, who aren't chasing approval, who aren't begging to be seen. They fear you because you're awake. You see the lies. You hear the whispers. You know the game. And you don't play by their rules. Alone. Alone teaches you that fear is power, that pain is a lesson, that betrayal is clarity. And when you finally accept it, when you finally let the bitterness sink in, you start smiling. Smiling because the world thinks it owns you, thinks it can break you, thinks it can shape you, but it can't. Not anymore, not now. Every promise broken. Every hand pulled away, every word that turned to smoke, it all matters. Because it forged you, it sharpened you, it made you see things the rest of them never will. Alone teaches patience, sharpness, ruthlessness. And that's beautiful. Beautiful because it makes you untouchable. Beautiful because it makes you free. Beautiful because it gives you the one thing no one else can control over yourself. And here's the thing. Once you've been alone long enough, once you've felt the world try to crush you at every turn, once you've watched the ones you trusted disappear, you start laughing. Laughing not because you're cruel, but because you understand the joke. You understand the chaos. You understand the truth. And nothing they do can shake you anymore. Alone doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you bitter. It doesn't make you small. Alone makes you alive. It makes you awake. It makes you see. It makes you untouchable. And when they finally realize you don't need them, when they finally understand that you've moved beyond their games, they panic, they scramble, they beg, but you're already gone, already smiling, already free. So remember this. Alone is not a punishment. Alone is not despair. Alone is a gift that shows you the truth, a gift that sharpens your mind, steals your heart, and gives you eyes no mask can hide from. And when you finally embrace it, when you finally accept it, you will know something no one else ever will. You are enough. Listen. The world wants you weak. The world wants you dependent. The world wants you scared. It wants you crying in the dark, begging for hands that will never catch you. And most people, they fall for it. They let it happen. They hand over their power, their strength, their soul. But you've been alone long enough to see it. You've watched the masks fall. You've heard the whispers behind the smiles. You've felt the knives in the back before they even strike. And that is freedom. That is clarity. That is power. Because once you see the world for what it really is, you stop needing it. You stop needing anyone. You stop hoping that someone will save you. Alone makes you dangerous. Dangerous not because you hurt others, but because you survive where others fail. Dangerous because your mind sees what others cannot. Dangerous because your heart no longer bends to lies, no longer pleads for approval, no longer hopes for loyalty it will never get. Alone gives you eyes to see, eyes to judge, eyes to move through the chaos and come out unbroken. And here's the punchline, kid. Once you've embraced it, once you've drunk the bitter truth until it flows in your veins, you realize something terrifying and beautiful. You are untouchable. You are awake. You are alive. And nothing anyone says, nothing anyone does can shake you, because you have learned the greatest truth of all, that you, only you, are enough. So laugh. Laugh at the world, laugh at the chaos, laugh at the fools who thought they mattered. Let them scramble, let them panic, let them beg. You are already gone, you are already free, and you are already smiling, because alone has taught you everything they never could. This is it, the last lesson, the one everyone avoids, the one nobody wants to hear. You think surviving alone is about pain. You think it's about loneliness. You think it's about loss. You're wrong. It's about power. It's about clarity. It's about seeing the world without the fog of hope or lies. Alone teaches you that. Alone shows you the truth no one else can bear to see. And the truth is simple. People will fail you. People will betray you. People will disappear when it matters most. And at first, it will break you. It should break you. But then, you remember who's still standing. You remember the one person who never left. The one person who never faltered. The one person who survived everything and learned everything. That person is you. Alone teaches patience. Alone teaches ruthlessness. Alone teaches survival. And in that survival you find strength. You find clarity. You find freedom. You see the patterns. You see the lies. You see the truth behind every face, every word, every gesture. And once you see it, you can't go back. You can't pretend. You can't ignore it. And that, kid, that is beautiful. Terrifying, maybe, but beautiful, because now you move through the world differently. You move through the chaos, silently, sharply, purposefully. You don't need anyone to approve. You don't need anyone to love you. You don't need anyone to save you. You are enough. You are awake. You are alive. And that makes you untouchable. So here's the final punchline. The world may have tried to break you. The people may have tried to use you. The chaos may have tried to swallow you whole. And you are still standing. You are still smiling. You are still here and alone. Alone has taught you the one thing no one else ever could. Survival isn't given. Survival is taken. Power isn't given. Power is seized. And freedom is earned by looking the world in the face and saying, I don't need you. I don't fear you. I am enough. Remember that, kid? Carry it, drink it, let it burn in your bones. Laugh at the chaos, smile at the lies, move through the world awake, alive, untouchable. Because alone made you who you are. And who you are is unstoppable.